I have a question for you. Now, have you been keeping up with the currency and the market and all the different trends and followings? If this title of this video has tipped you off on anything, then I'm going to ask you a very simple question. Have you seen or looked at the price of Delirium Orbs? Do you realize just how expensive they are? But do you know how easy they are to farm? If you haven't been paying attention and haven't looked into it at all, well, let's have a chat about it. As you know, lately a bunch of us, myself included, have been doing lots and lots and lots of magic finding, and the trick to doing the magic find maps is to roll your maps and then corrupt them for unidentified. You do this because you want to pair it with the 20% pack size Sextant. Now, this is for another video that's coming out in the next couple of days, but I just wanted to showcase and explain why this is so important. We spend our time, we roll our maps, we need Deli Orbs to put on our maps, and then we need to corrupt our maps and hope they go identified. Anything that doesn't go identified is essentially a brick. 8 mod maps with 2 prods, you sell off. 8 mod maps that you can run, you run them without the Sextant. It's a little awkward, it's less profit, who cares, you still run it. And then everything else is a complete brick. Now for me, my friend Jingles, and a few others, we're only running unID'd 8 mod maps. Or 6 mod maps. Sorry, they're not 8, they're 6. You make 6 mods, you put the deli, you corrupt it, it goes unidentified. But to make 32 maps, it takes like 100 something maps because you have to make sure they go unidentified. And getting that many Delirium Orbs to prep that few maps is really costly and really expensive. And when I was talking to Jingles about this, when we started doing this, it cost us about 2, maybe 2.5 divs a map to put together, like a finished map. Now it's like the price has doubled, almost tripled, depending on the time of day and when you buy Delirium Orbs. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that all Delirium Orbs are essentially 1 divine per 2 orbs. And that's crazy. This one's 1 to 3, but that's without bulk. These ones are 1 to 3 without bulk. These ones are 1 to 2. These ones, I believe, are 1 to 2, and pretty much all Delirium Orbs are 1 to 2. It's actually gotten so crazy that it's been better to go buy them on outside sources because people don't realize how expensive they are, and people are listing them for different prices cheaper because they want to move them faster when you can just list them on trade. If you're farming Deli Orbs, let me explain to you that it is really, really, really easy to farm Deli Orbs. There is no setup process. There's no anything that you need. You don't need no sextants. You don't need no compass. You don't need no crazy maps. You can essentially farm Deli Orbs on white tier maps. And by white tier maps, I mean scoured maps. I have not tested this on tier 1 maps. I've been doing this strategy on tier 16 maps. And essentially what you're doing is you're taking the nodes here that give you an increased chance for Delirium Orbs to drop at the end of the map. Now, there's 2 ways to do this. There's a wandering pathway and the non-wandering pathway to do this. I'm going to showcase to you guys both ways. I'm going to talk to you guys about the way that I'm doing it. And in the description down below, I'll have the atlas tree for both of them if you choose to do which way you want to do it. Now, essentially what we're doing is we're giving ourselves the opportunity to have a 20% increased chance for Delirium Orbs to drop at the end of the map. With wandering path, this is 40%. Now, I've set up my atlas tree to maximize what I'm doing. Essentially, what I'm doing is I'm opening a map. I'm killing enough monsters to get to 4 rewards on the first tile of Delirium, because that's what I've been told that Deli Orbs are able to drop. So essentially with my map, I have it set up to do a combination of Deli Orb farming, boss rushing, and I have altars. Altars aren't really used or needed, but since I need to personally finish challenges, I have altars on mine. Now, I am combining this with essences. We are not aiming for essences. Essences are extra profit. If you see the essence, you're really happy to kill it. But essentially, all that I'm doing is that I'm taking a map, I'm clicking Delirium, and I'm doing Delirium on the map device because it is a lot cheaper at the end of the day. If we look at the Delirium Compass, for example, the Delirium Compass is roughly 100C. These, I assume, probably won't answer, so we're going to assume it's 100C. So that makes it 25C a map to use the compass. I'm adding Delirium. If you want to use compasses, you can grab the Sextant compass or anything else that you want to farm. But my personal goal here is to get the Delirium Orbs and get out of the map. Now, note with this, you cannot take the keystone for infinite Delirium. That will stop the Delirium Orbs from dropping. And the main goal, or the main source of income from this, is going to be from our Delirium Orbs. Now, you'll notice while I'm doing this map, I start off going a little bit slow because I personally have outrun the mirror, and that becomes a little bit of a problem. I don't want to outrun the mirror, because if I outrun the mirror before I get to this magical, you actually can't see, let me hide my face. Before I get to this magical 4 right here, this is what I'm aiming for. I'm aiming for 4 rewards on the first tile. This essentially becomes relatively easy to do because you're just going to kill a couple of mobs. Now, while I'm going through the map, I'm just killing a couple of mobs, I'm dropping brands and running, but I'd like to get to the map boss if I can and kill him for the extra chance at things. I'm also, like I said, looking for the altars because I want to finish challenges. Now, you don't need altars. You don't need to kill the map boss. You don't need to do anything extra like kill the essence. All you need to do is get to that 4 reward tile, and then you just kind of end the delirium. And the reason why you end the delirium at 4 is to maximize, as I've been told, maximize your chance at delirium orbs. But I like killing the boss. I like all the extra loot. I like the chance for... Oh man, we didn't get any here. I like the chance for the unique maps. I like getting Conqueror maps, Elder maps, stuff like that, which reminds me I need to take off singular focus because I completely forgot and I break this first map. But that's okay. I'm human. I make mistakes. Don't take singular focus. You won't get any of the cool maps. But as you see, there is a chance. It is a high chance to get Delirium Orbs. Some of your maps won't drop Delirium Orbs, and some of your maps will drop Delirium Orbs. But pretty much all that you're doing is you're starting a map, you're opening it, and you're running straight to the end. Now, I know somebody to say, oh, well, that first map didn't drop Delirium Orbs. How do you do this? What's the goal? You know, how often do you get Delirium Orbs? And well, I've done like 20 or 30 maps. I've gotten a handful of Delirium Orbs. Some maps you get 1, some maps you get 2, some maps you get 3. And it's really just a matter of how fast you run the maps, how much you shut your brain off. And essentially what you want to do, you see here, we actually outran the fog there. And I don't want to do that. Well, I guess we could outrun the fog now. We've gotten a bunch of rewards. We're already at 5. We come here, we kill the boss, he dies, we end the delirium, we see what we get. There's a delirium orb. There's 4 delirium. Oh, we got 4 orbs on that one. Dang, let's go. See, it makes up for the last map. Now, something else really cool to note, while you're doing this and while you're blitzing these maps, you do get the opportunity for simulacrum splinters, and simulacrums themselves are actually a divine appease, which is really cool and just like an extra source of passive income. You probably won't get a lot of simulacrums, but they do happen and they are, you know, there. Now I'm gonna hide my face for this one again, just to showcase what's going on. I'm going to start this map. I'm going to kill a handful of mobs. I'm going to get to about 3 tiers or 3 tiles, 4 tiles really quickly at the start of the map. I'm gonna come to the map boss. I'm gonna kill the map boss. It's gonna put me to 5 tiers and then I'm just going to end. Just like that, and then we get some splinters, we get a map, and we get a cluster. Now, it is, you know, you will get maps where you just won't get the Delirium Orb. You will get maps where you just, like, run dry, and it happens. You can see now in this video, like, I did a map, I got nothing. I did a map, I got 4. I did a map, I got nothing. And, you know, it's going to be a part of the process, and you should be okay with running dry on maps. Now, the reason why you're okay with running dry on maps is because we're doing a boss rush strategy combined with Delirium Orbs. So even if you don't get a ton of Delirium Orbs and you run dry, you're still going to get invite progress. You're going to get random Delirium Orbs. You're going to get simulacrum splinters. You're going to get essences. And you're just going to be able to build up a large pool of all kinds of extra things. Now, the reason why I say that's okay is these invitations have dropped. These are about 1.4 divines each, but the blue side invitations have spiked out of control. They're close to almost 4 divs each. So you can see I've been doing this off stream for a little bit. I have a bunch of progress here. I have a bunch of progress here. I farmed up a bunch of Deli Orbs. And essentially, like, while you're doing this, you're going to be making incidental and accidental money. Now, how do you sell Delirium Orbs? Should you re-roll your Delirium Orbs? Don't even bother with any of that. List them all, get a whole bunch of them, do the strategy for an hour, do the strategy for half an hour, do the strategy for however long you're able to play. Take the Delirium Orbs that you have and list them into your sell tab for 1 divine per 2 Delirium Orbs. They will sell. I guarantee you they will sell. They will move very, very, very quickly. Players like myself who are doing a lot of magic finding need to buy Delirium Orbs. We are looking for tons and tons of Delirium Orbs. And before you say it, no matter how much I preach that you guys should be farming Delirium Orbs, and no matter how much I tell people how insane or how expensive they are, there will never be enough of a demand to keep up with the amount of people magic finding. Even if we all sat down and did this, there still wouldn't be enough of a demand to keep up, just simply due to the fact of how many Delirium Orbs it takes to roll a ton of maps. It's just like Essence, it's just like Harvest. Like, we can all keep doing it and we can all keep pushing to do it, and no matter what, it's just, there's just never going to be enough. Now in this video here now, we've done what, 4 maps? This is map 5, and we've gotten 5 Delirium Orbs. So you're essentially getting roughly an orb a map. Now I know somebody's gonna say that this sucks, it's not very good, and you know, sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. Sometimes you run hot and sometimes you run dry. But essentially, you see what I'm doing here. You just open a map, you start running a map, and you'll get currency, you'll kill mobs, you'll get extra maps. You might even be able to sustain your maps without buying your maps. Now, in terms of what map should I be doing, how should I be doing this, you don't need to be doing Strand, you don't need to be doing Mesa. It doesn't really matter the map that you run. I personally have been doing tier 14s or better, simply due to the fact that I want to kill the map boss. You can choose to not kill the map boss. It doesn't really matter. All that matters is that you open a map, you kill enough mobs so that you get that magical 4 number in the first tile, and then you essentially just like close the map. Now you can do more of the map, you can kill more of the essences, you can kill more of the mobs, you can farm more of the delirium rewards from just the natural state of the mirror. You can take more nodes on the tree to get more essential delirium rewards yourself. That is all up to you, and that is all extra. Now, I'll show you in a second after we do this map the extra nodes on the tree that you can be taking. And, you know, essentially you can just like really juice the heck out of your maps if you want to, and just get a bunch of incidental stuff. You see in this map, we got an invitation, we got a map. We're going to end the delirium. We got a delirium orb. We get some chaos, some splinters, some okay clusters. We're going to leave those and we go next. Now, there is a world where you unspec some points and you do take these nodes over here for generate additional reward types. These are not bad to do. If you find yourself clearing a lot of the map like myself, if you find yourself able to shoot and clear and blow up everything, and you're running from point A to point B, having these extra nodes is really, really, really nice. And you know, there's no harm in adding them. There's no harm in experimenting either. You know, you can easily remove some points on your Atlas tree. You can come over here, you can click these. And if you really want to farm the bosses too, you know, you should just add the bosses. It doesn't hurt. You can even add it so that you get more stacks of simulacrum splinters, which is also a really valid strategy. You can just come over here, you can remove some extra points here and there, and you can just make it so that you can farm just extra splinters as well. Now, all of these extra delirium nodes are really good. The only nodes that I will say that you really don't need is you don't need any of the chance nodes over here. So there's nodes over there and there's nodes over here that give you chance for delirium. You don't really need those because like you're already forcing delirium on the map, so that's okay. You also don't want the fog to dissipate slower. You don't care. You're not trying to maximize everything. You don't want extra time on the fog. You may possibly want the distance that it goes faster, so the Descent into Madness, there is a world where you do take this node or the, you know, the distance nodes. That's really up to you, and depending on how fast you want to move through the map. I know me personally, I'm going a little slower than I would like, so there is a world where I do like, you know, work this tree around a little bit and just kind of set it up so that I can get these nodes a little bit easier. I'm actually gonna like work my way into adding these so that I get the bosses. I insta kill the bosses. There's no reason to not have the bosses, and kind of see, oh, I don't have enough rewards. Kind of see what we get. Now, the next major thing, somebody's gonna say to me, how, and I get this question all the time, how do you have all of these options on your map device? My map device does not have X, Y, and Z. You get all of the options on your map device from 7th Gate. 7th Gate gives you all possible map crafting options on your map device. You get 7th Gate by allocating all of the gate nodes. You see I have a gate here, a gate here, a gate here, a gate here, here, and here. If you path to one gate, you can take the other gate without clicking the gate. I know I'm going to get this question a million times on this video. I've gotten this question a million times on every other video about the Atlas tree, but you know, that's really it. The only other thing I will recommend and suggest is double and triple check your maps. If you do not care to scour them, which like this map, I'm not even gonna bother. I'm just gonna end up running it because it takes me too long for my brain to process to scour it. That's pretty cool. You know, don't hesitate, don't worry, just run your maps, check the map mods really quick. If you can just, it doesn't really matter. The more that you do to your map, the little bit of extra, the better it's going to be. My character is pretty strong, but even though my character is strong, I really don't want to worry about map mods. I don't want to worry about Sextants. I don't want to worry about Scarabs. I don't want to do map prep. I just want to do something really simple, really easy, turn my brain off, and essentially just go farm and see what happens. You know, that's the beauty of, oh, I just I did it again. I outran the fog. I mean, it wouldn't have mattered there. I was at the end of the map anyways, but like, see, you know, it's small nuances like that. So like, we're done, we kill the boss, we don't get anything off the boss, feels bad. We get orb. Nice, dude. A bunch of fossils. Fossils are really expensive too. And we are out of this world excited with what's going on. We get a bunch of essences, some fossils, some extra maps, an invitation. It's good, man. It's good. It's really good. And I was honest to God when Jingles approached me and he told me about this and he said, hey man, have you seen the price of Delirium Orbs? Do you realize like how expensive these are? We should probably be self-farming these for our maps. I know I'm personally not going to be buying Delirium Orbs anymore because I could just like brain off, go farm and like split them with him and we can just like go make our own maps for magic finding. And it's crazy. It's easy. It'll be quick cash, you know, for when I don't want to do a bunch of magic finding. I get a bunch of extra essences. I know I need essences for my next crafting project. And, you know, it's just a really, really good time. And, you know, it's something I wanted to share with you guys because I know you guys are constantly still looking for new and innovative things to do that aren't the same old mumbo jumbo. Now, if you're not magic finding, you want to give this a shot, I would love to hear the results. Did it work for you? Did it not work for you? What kind of awesome changes have you made? You know, don't hesitate to leave a comment down below. And if you want strategies like this in real time and you don't want to wait for these videos, I really encourage you guys to come to the Discord. The Discord is insanely active. There are players hanging out and talking all the time, prepping and looking for the new best thing to do. And if you're thinking about playing things like Last Epoch, there's a bunch of people in the Discord who are like prepping to play Last Epoch too. You know, so, you know, we really encourage you guys to come on over, come hang out with us, join us in the live streams, and we'll be there. But for now, friends, I'm going to keep running some more maps, and I'm going to go farm myself some Delirium Orbs. See you guys in the next one. Bye!